listeners, you'll have to excuse me. I've got a bit of a cold going on. I just got back from WattCon in Toronto, which was a conference for people who write on Wattpad, which was amazing. I met a lot of amazing people, got to hang out with a lot of awesome writers, but I got home really sick, which is not fun. Today is, of course, Thursday, where we talk about all things publishing, and I wanted to talk a little bit about 5 of my top websites that I go to all the time to get information about publishing. There are a lot of websites that the WordNerds have mentioned in the past, but I wanted to specifically get websites that aren't too narrow in their scope. Of course, we've suggested things like queryshark.com, which is a great website, but it's very narrow focus, very specifically queries. So the websites that I've chosen for today, I'll cover a wide variety of topics. Number 1 has to be PubCrawl. That's publishingcrawl.com. This is a group of authors, literary agents, editors, pretty much all of the publishing professionals you could think of that have got together and write articles about every aspect of publishing. They're super knowledgeable about a variety of subjects, from self-publishing to traditional publishing and everything in between, including marketing yourself and your book. And they've written a lot of really, really great articles over here. If you don't have time or patience to sit down and read through all of the blog posts, they also have a podcast, which I really like, especially for when I maybe, have a day where I have to clean the house or do the laundry or that type of thing. And then I can just put the podcast on and I don't have to just sit and read through things. I can listen to it. If you want to find out about one specific aspect of publishing, doing a search on that website can be super helpful. They've pretty much written about anything under the sun. If it has to do with publishing, they've written about it. My second favorite website is rachelgarner.com. Rachel Garner is a literary agent with Books and Such Management. On her website, she breaks down publishing in an easy to understand, informal sort of way. She talks about everything from trade to indie to marketing yourself as an author and building your author platform. And of course, it wouldn't be a WordNerd video without mentioning Susan Dennard at least once, author of the Truth Witch series. Her website, susandennard.com, has been invaluable to me pretty much through every step of the process, including drafting and editing my manuscript. She also has a lot of really great stuff about traditional publishing on there, including her journey and what she had to go through writing Truth Witch and her series before that, Something Strange and Deadly. So I find her website really informative because she talks a lot about her personal journey and then gives a lot of really great advice. Number 4 is janefriedman.com. Jane Friedman is the former publisher of Writer's Digest. Her website does a really good job of framing indie and traditional publishing without any bias on either side. She has been awarded top site for self-publishers by the Alliance of Independent Authors. And lastly, number 5 is Writer's Digest, writersdigest.com. While Writer's Digest is a magazine in print, which I actually highly recommend if you can afford to buy a couple copies or even get a subscription. I would love to get a subscription, but it is on the expensive side. So I just pick up a copy whenever I can, basically. I love the articles in it and the way it's laid out. But writersdigest.com actually has a lot of really good free articles. They're shorter than the ones in the actual magazine, but they're still really informative and helpful. And they come from a vast array of authors, different people in different walks of life and people that have picked different paths. So it's a very good variety of different information. Plus, you can actually search articles based on different categories, which is a really handy tool on their website. So you could search articles for beginner writers. You could search articles for somebody who's been published. You could search articles by genre. So if I'm a fantasy writer, I just want to read the ones that are relevant to me. So they do have that kind of search database set up, which I find super helpful. What about you guys? What are some of your favorite websites? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, the WordNerds have our live chats on Sundays, and we would love to see you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.